Think we're going live. We're gonna wait about we're technically starting right now. We're gonna give people about 3 minutes to join. Welcome everybody to the Wave 3 Aftermath live stream. This is PG Galileo coming live from my bedroom. We're gonna get started in about 5 minutes, and we'll be joined by RDM and Nines in chat, like Ghost Rider from the 90s PBS TV show called Ghost Rider. Writer, not writer. Just so everybody knows, we're going to multi-stream. We're going to wait till people show up. I could be talking to nobody right now. Who knows? RDM, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, that was scary. that was a delay.
Yeah. I see us up on YouTube, looking beautiful. I don't see us on Twitch yet.
Come on, Twitch. Oh, I see Twitch talking to us. Okay.
Nice.
Seeing Sewer Rat in YouTube. Hello, Downwinds. Hello, Nines. I see you there. Everybody, we're going to get started in about 4 minutes. Oh, Anamanaguchi's playing. You guys are not on Twitch, but I see Twitch. Let's see. Why is Twitch not working? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, so you do see us on Twitch. You see? Oh, starting soon is fine. Yeah. Starting soon is what you should see. Nines totally scaring me. Thanks, Nines. This is me just making the music. Everybody, we'll be getting started in about 3 minutes. Welcome to Like a Dream, who just raided us. Which raid has like a pretty aggressive connotation to it. So like,
yeah,
I sort of don't know how to take like when Twitch is like the first time I used Twitch and somebody raided me, I was like, oh no.
What's gonna happen?
Am I getting swatted? What's happening to me right now?
Are they gonna take my stuff?
Oh no, of course I don't have anything for them to take.
I'm gonna take our dragons and run.
Ooh, RDM, did I tell you I just bought a new car?
No, I didn't know that. That's exciting.
Fun. Speaking of being raided and taking our stuff. That's right, everybody. Got a new car. New car. It's from all that dread money. Ha ha! Gotcha.
How many seats does your new car have?
It's a 5-seater.
Ooh.
Hello. Oh, what's the new car? Oh, Nines. I don't know if you want to know. I don't want to reveal to everybody what kind of Joe I'm rolling in. It is a 1992 Kia Carrera. That's right. Kia tried to make a Porsche Carrera before they were huge, and it just sort of looks like a Lego. I'm just kidding. That's not what I have.
That's 30 years new.
That's 30 years new. All right, everybody. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. We're going to let people trickle on in. There's a lot of trickling going on. Nina, War Dragons, welcome, Mina. Mina, you're going to be surprised. I'm going to be featuring one of your posts on the stream. So, domo for letting me use that. Domo arigato. Mina is Japanese, so that, well, everybody knows what domo arigato means, I think, but whatever. Listen to this kind of cool music that's going on. Can you hear it? RDM?
I have the stream muted so I don't hear you twice.
Oh, I don't want to hear me twice either. Oh, are you going to bring the dog on stream?
She's being talkative right now, so we'll see. Maybe if she doesn't stay quiet, I'll bring her up.
Okay. All right. 1 more minute, everybody. Let's do a countdown. That's right, Like a Dream. I know that word from the Stick song, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo, domo, domo. Domo, domo, domo. All right, we're almost hitting 100 viewers. I think we probably have more than that. I'm not actually sure how this counts. I think it says 100, but we have 3 million viewers.
I think once you hit a certain amount,
it just stops counting.
Yeah, the code gets all messed up and it like resets itself to 0 and then adds from there.
Yeah, that sounds like good technology talk to me.
Yep.
All right, I see a bunch of people in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and do it. Now, this is the part where I always get a little nervous because I want to make sure this works. We're going to go to Just Talking. Actually, you know what we're going to do first? We're going to watch a video about today's topic, which is the Wave 3 festive for Aftermath named Wrath. Here's the video. I hope it's making noise. It is.
Wrath is an aggressive hunter that rewards active play. The core of Wrath's spell set is the 2-spell combo Tattered Gust and Fading Reserves. Tattered Gust is a quick blast of air that stuns nearby towers for a very brief time, just enough time for Wrath to blast away at a single tower. Whenever Wrath destroys a tower, its passive spell, Desperate Stand, grants a single use of the second part of this spell combo, Fading Reserves. Fading Reserves costs no rage, heals the dragon for a small amount, and even grants a small amount of rage. This granted rage is almost enough to cast Tattered Gust again. Wrath players need to stretch a cycle or two of this 2-spell combo to get enough time to clear out any blue mage towers defending the island. Once the blue mage tower is down, Wrath can use On the Brink, a long-duration cloak spell, to replenish ammo and clear the rest of the island. While cloaked by On the Brink, Wrath can cast spells and attack normally without coming out of the cloak. The final spell in Wrath's set, Ensnaring Wind, disables towers in a large area. Most players should have no trouble catching 3 or even 4 towers with Ensnaring Wind. This red spell disables every tower it hits until that tower is damaged. Wrath was a valiant soldier in the legions that defended the celestial cities. Following Kinnerix into battle again and again has taken its toll on the dragon. But Wrath remains resilient. With the scars of battle visible to any who see it, Wrath fights on.
Woo! Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're back. I've got
like poetry.
It is like poetry. I've got a weird camera angle, and I don't want anybody to talk about it. I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, here we go. So, by the way, welcome back. I'm PG Galileo, your senior community manager. This is RDM. This fella over here, looking tall today. You know, you got like a new looking down on the camera thing going on.
Yes.
And it's weird because I can't actually see you because I'm looking at my camera, which is here, but the screen is over there. So I'm kind of doing a little bit. Oh, we got your name on the side here. Whoops. Okay. All right, everybody. Here we are. Today we're talking about Wave 3, that's Wrath for Aftermath, and we've also got some other information for you coming at the end of the stream. So remember, just as we're going along, please keep your questions until the end. You've got me here. I am the community manager. We've got RDM, a game designer, and Nines, also a game designer, and head poobah of Atlas. So that's who you've got here answering questions today. But let's keep those questions to the end so we can do the presentation. And also, other good news, I think we'll be back in the office soon doing these streams, so I don't have to do it from my bedroom, looking down. So the setup right now is I've got like a box that I keep around, and there's a camera on top of it. I've got my big screen TV as a monitor. It's very awkward. I feel like I'm talking to like a kid, and then like telling other kids to chill out. Like I'm like, I'm gonna help you with your ice cream. Chill out over there while I get ice cream. It's a whole thing. I'm not a good babysitter. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. We are talking about Wave 3. Let's introduce ourselves. I already did myself. RDM, who are you? What do you do? What do you like? What's your dog's name?
Hey everyone, I'm RDM, content designer for everything War Dragons. I do towers, I do dragons, I do some feature stuff that could be coming up, maybe that is exciting. I think you asked my favorite color. That is orange. My dog's name is Hood. I don't know. I'm just making up questions
orange.
now.
We did not ask, and I did not want to know.
Okay. Well, now you know. It's orange.
Okay. All right, good. So I have to do this weird thing where I'm looking at the questions over here. So sorry if you get to see the side of my face. It's not like my best side. Oh, my God, it's very bad. I hate this. I might just pick up the camera. Okay, look. Here we go. We're going to go to the presentation right now so we can talk about Wrath. Is everybody ready to talk about Wrath? Oh, Nines, if you're in chat, introduce yourself. Nines is here too. Okay, we're going to get to the chat. Let's go ahead and go to the primary presentation. We're going. Here we are. We're here. We're still down. So this is really cool. Normally this doesn't work, but normally you can't really see us down here. It's fine. This is Wrath. Let me get to the presentation and we can start moving. All right. So this is Wrath. Let's talk about how Wrath looks. What are we looking at here, RDM?
Yeah, Wrath is a longtime veteran in war right now. You heard it more beautifully put in that awesome video that we showed at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, so he's clearly pretty war-torn here. He's been fighting for a long time. His magic is fading, but he continues to fight on. He's got some very cool spells that play into that aspect of just perseverance and relentlessness on this dragon. Super cool dragon.
Super cool looking too. I like the so obviously I'm a big fan of like neons and stuff. I love this dragon because we've kind of been delving into sort of a more glowy, neon-y Miami's like a Miami 1985 look in the past couple seasons with like Quasar. We had Sapuya, who had that kind of glowy thing as well. Calivora was a little more like daytime Miami, but I really enjoy this kind of look. Wrath is another one of those dragons that sort of looks like it came from the deepest part of the ocean. It's got the bioluminescence, which I really dig. All right, let's go back to the presentation. It's going to be really difficult because my cursor disappeared. Perfect. There we go. All right, here we go. Next. All right, so everybody, this is a little bit more about Wrath. Nope. Why did it do that? Okay, here we go. We got more Wrath here. If you want to learn more about the lore, we've got some lore here. You can read that in your own time. That'll be available on social media and on the forums after we're done, and of course the blog. Okay, Wrath is a legendary wind hunter. All right, so this is the spell kit we're looking at now. RDM, why don't you take us through the spell kit? Or actually, did you or Nines design Wrath?
This dragon was designed by Nines. Yeah, but it is super cool. I can tell you a little bit about it. They kind of went over it in the video. This dragon has a passive spell called Desperate Stand. So every time it destroys a tower, it gets this little spell called Fading Reserves, which restores a little bit of its health and gives it a little bit of rage back. So if you keep using it after every tower you destroy, you can kind of keep Wrath going, keep him fueled, keep him fighting, even though he's like exhausted and tired and worn down. But it's super fun to play because depending on the layout of the island you're going against, you're going to be using different spells in different orders, and you're going to be constantly like trying to keep your buddy alive with Fading Reserves, destroying a tower, getting enough mana back so that you can cast On the Brink again or Ensnaring Wind again to disable some more so you can keep going. Really well designed. I think thematically it's super great. I think it's a super fun dragon to play. Yeah, there's a lot of room for mastery on this dragon for sure. But really great hunter all around.
PG9 says, I'm pretty proud of this one. I think it's the most fun to fly dragon that Nines has made so far. Nines also says there's always something constructive you can do with her spells, because since I write the lore, Wrath is a lady dragon with her spells, and you always can make a mistake. So I think that's what Nines got to say. Keep, for those of you not in Twitch who can't see what he's writing, YouTube, for example, and for those who watch this later who are not watching the chat. So Nines, again, is the designer of the dragon. Let's go ahead and go to the next screen. Let's see what we got. Oh, my cursor came back. Thank goodness. All right, so I stole this from Mina Nina, one of our Epic Creators Faction members, because she made a better graphic than I can make, so why wouldn't I use that? Here's Nines' spell, not Nines' spell kit, Wrath's spell kit, and you can see, or not spell kit, it's the runes and glyphs. So you can see Wrath's runes and glyphs right now. Take a look at it. Again, you don't have to memorize this now. Many of you already know it or have seen this on social media because CF released this information last week. So you can find Mina Nina, look at the her tags down there, follow her on social media, and we'll also have a slide later for everybody else to figure out who the rest of the CF are, and you can follow them on their respective platforms. For All Dragon Lords is the Twitter handle. All right, thanks Mina for that. this is what we've got coming up. So remember last time we talked about, we used to have week 3 or whatever week it was, and that was kind of misleading to some people for good reason. So this time we've changed it up. This is wave 3. So let me take a look at this again, switching between all these screens. So Wrath's got a short branch, just like normal, short festive branch, 18.5k sigils to get it, 3 keys. There's a 20% boost for 2 weeks to prizes, I believe. And the last node is 4 Draconic chests for 500 sigils, and you can use that 100. You can use that node 150 times. And week 10, which is next week, we'll be releasing tower levels 126 and 127. Okay, that's what this wave looks like in terms of weeks. Remember, wave 3 lasts for weeks 9 and 10. Next, here's some other dates coming up. Some people have always been like, oh, let's learn more, tell us more. So here's more. We've got, after nothing happens in week 11, basically. And then week 12, we have Trading Post. The next tier launches in week 12. Week 13 is the limited time branch is coming. Oh, wait, hold on a second. The next tier launches actually on... Why does it say that? So we got a mix up here. On week 12, it's just Trading Post. I don't know why it said that. And on August 17th is the next tier. Hold on a second. Is August 17th in week 12? I might just be bad at math, everybody. August 17th is the definite date, so just pay attention to that one. I don't have a calendar in front of me, and I'm not going to do like week math in my head, even though that what I just did was weak math, which is not strong math. Okay, so here we go. All right, this is just for folks to look at while we're hanging out and talking, so you can follow the Creators Faction. Again, thanks to Mina for doing this for us. Okay, while we're talking about this, I think that might be the last part of the slideshow. Let's see if I got more. No, that's it. Let's go ahead and go back. Thanks again to all of our Creators Faction members. We've got Creators Faction content in, I think, how many languages? We have Turkish, obviously English, Japanese, Italian, Spanish, French, Russian. What else do we have? I think that's all of our languages. I think we have a couple more. I don't have the list in front of me because I just put it away. But we're trying to add more creators for all types of languages to serve all types of people. If anybody knows a Portuguese creator, somebody who speaks Portuguese, that would be great. I would like to find a Mandarin Chinese creator and somebody that does Hindi. An Arabic creator would be great as well. So if any of you know any creators that match those, or know just a really great creator in another language that you think we'd like to see. Oh, we also have German. That's what it is. Then let me know. Send them to me on the forums. Or, yeah, the forums is probably the best place, and I will take a look at their stuff. And we're always looking to add more Creators Faction members. We are looking for different languages right now, so probably not adding a ton of English creators unless there's somebody who I'm just definitely missing. Okay, so that is Wave 3 mostly, but we've got some other stuff to discuss as well. RDM, do you want to take it away? Or I can do it.
Sure. Do we have any slides for this, or are we just gonna
no, hit
him with the news?
We're just gonna hit him with the news, and everybody, this news will be available to you later as well, of course, on the forums. So let's go ahead and do it.
Sure. Okay. So the big news that we have for you is regarding Tier 19, the next upcoming tier. I don't think we've released the official name for it yet, so we're going to call it Tier 19 for now.
Ooh, maybe we can release the official name. Actually, that's part of the hype thread. So no, you guys are going to get that on the Hints and Tips thread. I'm not going to just give it to you. All right,
yeah, you got to earn that name.
You got to earn it.
So what we're doing is that we are finally removing lineage legendaries. All tiers going forward will have 4 mythic dragons, and those dragons will upgrade from legendary to mythic strength in the same timeline as we normally would release the 6 legendaries and then the 4 mythics. One of the main reasons for doing this is that a lot of players felt like legendaries were kind of breeding fodder. Some people would even refer to them as attacks on breeding tokens. And they would kind of set you into a path too, where you have limited options to go from that point forward once your determined path and breeding pairs were established. So in our new system, we're going to give you a way to choose whichever dragon you want in every tier, and then you can take that dragon from legendary to mythic power. The way that we do this is that once your dragon hits level 40, from level 41 to 50, we will be using research eggs from the previous tier. But leveling up your builder hut will no longer require research dens anymore. That's going to be managed in different ways, like through breeding enough of these dragon achievements. We have a lot more exciting details to come in the future about these things. I know one of the big questions on everyone's mind is probably how much is it going to cost? And it sounds like it probably will cost less because there are less dragons, but that's not going to be the case. We're going to do our best to keep the costs as close to the same amount as you would have paid to breed all those legendaries, and then breed those mythics for you to just get the ones that you want now. There's some nuance there in that if you decide not to breed all of them, you can save a little bit, especially if you decide not to take all of them to mythics. You can save on eggs and spend those on research or spend those on another legendary to level up to mythics. But we'll have more details for that coming for you in the future in a blog post. But we wanted to let you guys know now that this change is happening and it's coming, and we're very excited about it. So look forward to more information on that in the future.
Dang! That's a lot of information. Thanks, RDM, for explaining that so well. We've got some time for questions. I think how much time do we have left here? We got about 20 minutes, I guess. We don't have to take up all that time. So we know there's going to be a lot of questions. We're not really ready to answer a ton of them right now. RDM and Nines might be able to answer some of those in chat. But that's what's going on. So we don't have to have a bunch of these random dragons anymore. It works a little bit for everybody because we were... I'm sure RDM can talk about this, and maybe Nines can say something in chat. But one of the things that would happen is we would spend so much time designing these dragons that we knew that players would only use as a means to an end, just like to get to the next dragon. And so it was very difficult for us to watch something that we'd created just not get used. And so we were like, well, players probably don't want to do that either, especially if you liked a dragon that wasn't useful for very long. So we ended up going this route for a couple of reasons, but mostly it was because we saw over time how many players complained about this. And this is just a great example because I know we're talking about this in the community, especially in the forums right now, because we just launched that update to the community suggestions thread. But a lot of times players don't really realize how long it takes to implement a certain game-changing feature. So how long have we been working on this concept? RDM, do you know?
I think work for this started early last year. Mm-hmm. It's been in the works for a while, but there is a lot of changes that need to be made to make sure that, you know, the strength of the dragons feels the same, that all the systems still work out, that breeding still works out, that the research still works out, that egg token costs aren't getting completely thrown off by this. So we had to check a lot of boxes just to make sure that we weren't doing this and then something unexpected was going to happen that wasn't going to be beneficial for the players, like we're hoping for this change to be overall.
Yeah.
And also, I might have misspoke earlier and said season. I'm talking about the tier 19 lineage dragons. So we're talking about lineage now and lineage going forward.
Right. This is not next season. This is the lineage dragons. You're going to see this happening very soon because lineage releases on the next tier releases on the 17th of August. That's the correct date. I'm pretty sure. Again, everything we say might be. I don't want it to be wrong. I looked it up like 3 times, but I just don't want to. There's always a case we might be mistaken. But we think that's happening on August 17th. So you'll see that pretty quick. You won't have a lot of time to sit and worry about how that might affect you. And you can't plan for it because it's a new thing. So we didn't mind telling you a little early. We've also got major changes to seasons coming up, which we'll talk about a little later since the next season is still a bit off. So I think that's the big news that we have. Yeah, I guess that's it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I will be doing the hype thread for the new tier soon, so you can all guess what it is. It's figure out what the dragons' names are, that kind of thing. But here's the first hint. All right, this is the first time I'm doing this before I launch the hype thread. So this is your present for watching the streams. We love having you here. We love watching and talking to you all in real time. The first hint is Leonardo da Vinci. That's the first hint. Do you get it, RDM? Do you understand it?
Yeah, of course.
Well, cool. All right, cool. I was like, maybe RDM.
It's very good. Very good hint.
It's a good hint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. All right. So Ornithox, by the way, a dragon from the last tier Ornithox is a tier dragon, right? Ornithox from the last tier is actually based on the Ornithopter, which is a thing created by Leonardo da Vinci. So we're getting a little bit of a through thread here. That's also another hint, by the way. There's a little bit of a thematic connection between Ornithox and the next tier. Okay, let's go. We're going to go to questions now. So I'm going to turn to the side, and you can see my jowls from underneath. I hate this. Oh, my God. I just want to hide like a Dracula. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to look at questions now, so that's probably a 10-second delay. RDM, while I'm waiting, do you want to grab your dog?
She's behaving right now, though. It's rare.
Okay. Can we speak a little bit about the changes coming to the seasons? We can a little what's safe to say?
There'll be new stuff. That's pretty safe to say.
There will be new stuff, yeah.
Yeah. We've got exciting new stuff. Oh, sorry about that.
That was RDM. Excuse you, RDM. Wow. Okay. So we've got new stuff. What else? I think it's going to be different than. It's probably more different than you expect it to be, but we think it'll be a positive change. And since, as I just mentioned, it would be fair to assume that we've been working on it for a long time. So if you rewind like a year ago to the things that you might have been asking for or talking about, or would have been big sources of conversation, you might find that this change reflects some of those desires. Remember, big changes take about a year, 6 months to a year to implement. So a lot of the time when you think that we've forgotten something or whatever, we haven't. We're just working on it. Although sometimes we can't work on things for obvious reasons, which we've mentioned. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else we have. Okay, oh no, I don't want my jowls. I hate it. I just need to hold the camera up. Will we be losing anything? Depends on what you mean by loss. And how, I don't think they'll be losing anything. We hope that they'll be losing some burden of play. We hope that you'll be losing difficulty of progressing in the game. But that actually is a gain, and it's more positive to talk about that in that format. Yeah. That's how I'm going to answer that. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I don't think we're cutting anything
right.
in our plans right now.
Right. So. Okay, so there's that. Can we pick our branches for discount? I don't think so. Somebody asked about a base skin. Okay. All right. I'm going to push the envelope here about what we're talking about. A base skin is not right, but there is a nugget of truth buried deep within the logic that would cause Taco to ask about that. So keep that in mind. All right. Something. Base skin. All right. What else do we have? Love yourself. No issues. We're all not perfect. Thank you, 3Slayer. Thank you. I agree. I do love myself. It's just like this. I wish this. It's also like the light and there's no depth. So it kind of just looks like there's it kind of looks. I don't know. We're not cutting chunk. I don't think anyway. We are getting level 127 towers week 10 for it. I think that's right. Okay. Base makeover. That is one way to read that. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. We're not cutting lag. Okay, so I've explained this a few times. Lag is something that will always exist in various formats. There's not going to be ever a totally lossless situation in terms of speed when you're connecting to something over the internet. Even when you're interacting in real life, there is a millisecond of lag between what you see and how you perceive it and how you process that. So no, we're not getting rid of lag. It will never happen. We are trying to reduce lag, and maybe Nines can talk about this already, and maybe you know too, but we have actually made significant progress on cutting down lag in Atlas over the past 6 months, thanks to the hard work of Nines and his team. Nines, please dig into that in chat if you want. I'll read what you say when you hear this, because there's a 10-second delay. Okay. All right. No other questions, really. You just want it to rain tacos. Yeah, Taco, I get it. I think raining tacos would have a pretty negative effect on the ecosystem. It would be, acidic, juices and maybe animals that are lactose intolerant, depending on the taco that's raining. Creme fraiche is not exactly good for, or sour cream is not actually good for gardens. There's a lot. What's the purpose of dragons having to heal? Okay, so this happened. People keep asking about healing potions. We talked about this today. Good game design. this actually, I don't know if I should speak to this. I play a lot of games, but I don't design games technically. I talk to a lot of game designers. RDM, tell me if I'm right here. Good game design forces you sometimes to wait for things and sometimes allows you to do things. Because if you got to do everything all at once, there's a chance that a player could be burned out, get tired of something, instead of having an element of game design that asks you to come back later. For example, when a dragon needs to heal and you don't have a healing potion, what that is actually asking you to do is to explore other parts of the game or to take a break from the game and come back later, or do something that would help you get a healing potion or whatever. So that is how healing potions function. Also, I mentioned earlier in the forums about how drops work and rarities of drops. Healing potion's a common drop. You're not supposed to be super excited about common drops. That's why they're called common. There's a lot of actual psychology behind this that's going to be too hard to describe over stream. But everything in the game has a purpose. We don't just put things in there because we think it's interesting. RDM, does that sound right?
Yeah, there's an underlying system that requires the use of potions that seems strange because the game has aged so much. And by what I mean by that is that players who have been playing for a very long time have so many potions that they don't even think about the healing times. And players that are new to the game don't have any potions and they need to deal with these healing times. And when the game was new, everyone was on the same page. Everybody had to wait. Everybody had to have multiple dragons so that they could keep playing if they wanted to keep playing. And like you said, it forced you to do different things while you were waiting for these other things to finish. As a result of the age of the game now, we have this big separation between players who have a ton and players who don't have very many at all. And that's causing there to be a little bit of pain, because if you're playing against someone competitively and one side has a whole bunch of these and the other side doesn't have any, it feels a little awkward to be the player who's newer in that situation. And that's not to say that we won't do anything about potions. There's a chance that we will consider their usefulness, see if we can do something more interesting with them in the future. We're not against evaluating this, depending on how huge of a concern it is among players. I just don't think that, among other concerns, it is the top issue that players are dealing with right now, is healing potions. So that's why it hasn't been something that we've looked very heavily into addressing.
Yep. Nines has been talking. We're doing a lot of work led by Peachy Calum, who, if you haven't seen in the forums, Kayla's getting a lot more active, so you can talk to Calum a lot as a product manager, to address these early game pain points to keep players coming in. Because we obviously want new players too, not only because we want people playing the game, but we also know it's useful for you, getting new teammates, replacing people that have lost, that kind of thing. Let's see if Nines has said anything else about gameplay. Nines. Been quiet. Okay. So, so we understand the healing potion thing. And we're always looking at it, but also, like RDM said, there is a limited amount of resources that we have available, and we are currently tackling issues that we think are bigger than that right now. So again, know that was a little bit of a point of a contention on the forums. That's where that conversation goes. It's a little easier to explain when talking in real life. Forum stuff, I'm not going to write a novel about this, but now you have more information about it. Oh, no, I'm not apathetic, Nines. I just can't. I'm keeping track of the production, the direction, RDM's face, asking him to get his dog, the lineage document that I prepared to make sure we were. Okay, Nines, I'm sorry. Nines, I apologize to you. I am not paying close enough attention. Everybody is sticking up for you, so I believe that I'm wrong, and I'm okay admitting it. Nines, thank you for being here and talking. How come we can't gift what we want to teammates? That's a great question. Why can't we just let people give each other what they want? That is, it would be great if everybody played the game honestly, but people cheat, and that's a big concern when people get to choose what they give to other people and that kind of thing. I think that's the biggest concern there. But there also might be a technical issue behind it, but we don't really have the people in here to talk about that. I love you too, Nines. I'm sorry. Ooh, there's a sketch that Da Vinci made of a dragon striking a lion. I believe that... Yeah, that's right. Noxilio, I don't have time to explain it right now. So people can cheat by creating alts, making an alt that can somehow gift themselves. There's a tons of ways that people can cheat by manipulating the economy. It happens in real life, so this is not much different. People using accounts to hedge other resources. Who knows? There's a bunch of different ways. Imagine, I don't know, Naxilio. Just look up how like banking corruption happens in the real world, and you know that players would be able to figure out a way to do that in game. This is not a War Dragons a comment about the War Dragons community. It's just how people operate in gaming. Okay, what else?
Draconicus on YouTube is asking us, how many more tiers are we planning? That's a really interesting question. Currently, we are planning, like in the phase of designing and working on the next tier. But if you're asking if there's going to be an end, like a final tier where we're going to stop making tiers, we are not planning on stopping making lineage tiers at the moment. So I guess the answer is we are planning on the next one right now, and we are not planning on stopping after that. That's
right.
How many tiers we're planning.
Tiers will stop when War Dragon stops. So that's a pretty good. Since you guys will cut back on the legendaries for breeding, will we see any more cool holiday dragons like Noel? You know, that's really interesting. I actually never got to see any cool holiday dragons or anything. That happened after I got here. We are doing resurrection dragons, but that's not quite what you're asking for. You want a specific dragon for holidays. I don't know. That's a good question. There might be a unique dragon for Summit. Have we talked about that?
I'm also really a big fan of the special dragons, like the Twitch dragons we've done in the past, the April Fool's dragons, the holiday dragons like Noel. I would love to do more of them. I think that the real determining factor on whether or not we do more of them is how much players like them. If it's something we put in the game and most players don't get it because it's not powerful and what they seek is power and it just sits in their inventory, then it's hard for us to go to bat to keep developing these dragons that no one's going to use. So maybe there's a world where we can start making these fun dragons actually powerful and very cool dragons. Maybe if we do that in some of our events or something like that. But yeah, I agree. I wish that there were more of them. I would love to work on more of them. I think they're fun, and I've been trying to push for it. So maybe we'll see more soon. But we don't have any concrete plans right now for anything super cool coming out or anything like I'm not gonna say super cool. We don't have any concrete plans for anything like an April Fool's dragon in fall. No, we don't have any of those like freebie dragons planned for fall, at least at the moment.
Somebody asked, will the seasonal changes happen next season? Yes, that's the plan. Fury Melon, I believe, asked that. I think that's about it. Will Sigil cost raise for next season? Drake, I think we answered this a little earlier. We're trying to keep it as close to the same cost as possible. For next season. So we kept the same Sigil cost for this season as it was last season. We don't know yet, Drake. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. We still got a little bit until the next season happens. I think we heard the complaints about the cost raising every season, so we're definitely thinking about that whenever we plan the cost for the seasons. Okay, any more questions? All right, let's get if you're planning to make new lineage tiers indefinitely, what is your plan for addressing infinite power creep years down the line? Yeah, that's a great question, Houndstooth. What's in place to prevent new players from being incapable from reaching the most current tiers and content unless they play for 5 years? Great question.
This is something that you already touched on a little bit with Calum. He's been doing a lot of work, PG Calum, on the forums to accelerate and to help the new game experience so that newer players can catch up at a faster rate and feel like they are making meaningful progress a lot quicker as we add more and more tiers to the end. So we're aware of it, and we are working on it.
Yeah. Also, a really interesting thing, I know there's one of the sort of adjacent issues here that people talk about on the forums, especially, is do PG players play War Dragons? So, fun fact, we have a War Dragons Olympics going on right now internally where you get prizes for playing War Dragons and accomplishing certain things. And we've got that going on for the next 2 weeks. And this is hopefully to get everybody into the game more, which I think we've all, desire. So that's also happening too, which is really cool. Will it be easier to get a mythic in the following seasons? I'm going to try next season. Firestorm, I hope you good luck with your first mythic. Maybe it's your first. Will it be easier to get a mythic? I don't know. Nines, what do you think? RDM?
I think it'll be about the same.
Okay, about the same. So probably not easier, so keep working hard. But the nice thing is, oh no, again, I can't say that yet. Never mind. Will the new season be connected to Aftermath and Celestial Rift lore-wise? Yes, I am now the writer of the lore, so I do like the idea of a persistent story. So you will see not only season lore follow, but also you'll see more lineage lore also start to incorporate real-life events. Thanks to Lacrime. Okay, I forgot whose handle. Lacrime has left such a rich world for me to play around with, and Nines also does a bit of lore shaping as well. So we've got a lot of people actually thinking about lore in a more serious way now than when it was just one person. Even though Lacrime did a fantastic job. Okay, what do you have any? Oh, this is a great question for RDM and Nines. Do you have any suggestions for someone who may want to join PG as a dev? I'm only graduating college in December. Congratulations, Noxilio. So I want to know what I should learn if I want to eventually apply. RDM, go for it. I am not a dev. I mean, I guess I might. Well, I'm a part of the dev team, but I'm not an actual dev.
I guess it depends on what field you're interested in. There's a lot of things you can do on a game team. You can do engineering and you can work on coding the new spells, or you can work on the server side stuff like making sure Atlas runs smoothly. You can work on dragon design and tower design, which is what Nines and I do. You can also do player facing stuff like Galileo does. So there's a ton of things. It depends on what you're most interested in. It depends on what you're studying. But there is probably always something that you can be doing that will be useful contribution. So if you're excited about it and you're passionate about it, go for it. Just let that passion show. And we will definitely, take a look at it. And if you're a right fit, welcome you aboard.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think we've had community members join before. So that's cool. So that was, thanks Noxilio for asking. Again, congratulations. Britt Faye asks, is it you who is voicing the Dragon demo videos? No, we got a professional to do it. I did 1 or 2 videos myself, but then we got the professional and I was like, I'm never doing these again. The new voice guy is incredible. I've never met him. We hired him out through whatever. We don't know him, but we send the videos out. We send him a script and he does the script and he is so good that I don't like. I was proud of mine and now I'm embarrassed by it. So no, I don't do that. I wish maybe someday. All right.
Yeah, Nines is saying we love hiring from the community. Check out our openings for sure. If you love the game and you're passionate about the game, that's a really good foot in the door. So definitely check it out. Especially
if you work on the game that you want to work for. Yeah, that's great. Phony asks. He's asking. Floaty is asking about the GPF. How are the number of slots dictated, and do we have to wait until a current member leaves, or are more slots added to increase the testing pool? Floaty, that's a good question. I run the player programs. The short answer is we add as necessary. So I try not to have too bloated a pool because we need sometimes quick decisions. And waiting for everybody to answer is a lot. And then I have to manage all these people. And they're pretty easy to manage because GPF members are incredibly professional, even though what they're doing is not a pro gig. Sometimes when somebody leaves, I'll try to replace somebody. I'll try to replace that person if need be. But I think I wrote a forum post about this. What it really comes down to there are like 4 different types of GPF members. I think I named them a long time ago. But there are the people that are excellent at the game. There are people that are good at community-facing stuff. There are people that are knowledgeable about game design. And then there are people that are knowledgeable about specifically War Dragons and how War Dragons works. And basically those 4 buckets, I try to find somebody who fits in one of those buckets. And each of those buckets has a certain amount of GPF members that are in each. We don't. It's not formal like that. But for example, Taco does a lot of community stuff, so she fills up that community bucket. And she's also good at playing, so her like secondary skill is playing, right? And then Morion, for example, is really great at knowing about game design and also really knows a lot about War Dragons. And I'm sure he's good at flying too, but his main skills are that. So basically, I'm looking for people that match those skills, and if we're short on one of those skills at any given time, that's when I try to put somebody into those buckets.
Also, we make an effort too to make sure that the GPF players come from different team levels, different team rankings too, so that we have variety there to do a good job of that.
Yeah, some people do ask about, how can GPF members... Oh, no, my picture's falling down. Oh, crap. Okay, well, I got to fix that immediately. Anyways, uh-oh, that's gonna break everything. All right, we got to end the stream. Anyways, GPF members, we try to get as spread out as possible. A lot of people ask, why aren't there new players in GPF? And it's because they don't know enough about the game to contribute in the ways that we need GPF members to contribute. Okay. I think that's it. Britt, which one did I do? Did I do Barnov? I think I might have done Barnov. I did Barnov's voice video. Okay, JC, for you. That's not what we said. That's disgusting. All right, everybody. I think that's it. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day because I'm about to face like a massive problem if I don't fix this thing that's happening behind my screen. So thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for the blog post on this. A lot of you should have Wrath information already, and we'll be releasing more information about Tier 19. The hype thread will be coming up. Keep your eye on the community suggestions. We've got a lot of other quality of life things happening. Oh, a big one that I can announce because I already told everybody in the forums. League Chat mute button is coming next week. And we've got some other stuff that's coming out too that you'll be happy about, hopefully, upcoming. So I think that's all the information we have. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This has been PG Galileo coming to live from my bedroom. RDM coming to live from his living room. And Nine's not coming to you live at all, but still being a valuable and loving and loved member of the team, talking to you semi-asynchronously in the chat. Thank you, Nines, for joining us. Nines really loves the mystery of Nines, and so we like to keep that going. All right, Floney, thank you. I will keep that in mind. I have your DM still. Oh, my goodness, this has been very far up. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just realized a mistake I made, not reading the chat in real time. Everybody, thanks for joining us. We're going to be out in 3, 2,